On today's episode of Watch Share Go, we moto vlog. What is going on, guys? I'm Watch Share Go, and today we're gonna make a moto vlog, and we haven't done that in like a year, maybe more. And obviously this channel started as a moto vlog, and a lot of people have been like, where'd the moto vlogs go? Well, I don't ride motorcycles really anymore. This is probably the third time I've been on a motorcycle in 2019. Oh, nice Escalade. So last night I traded my Ducati Hypermotard 1100S that I'd been trying to sell for a little bit for this 2009 Kawasaki ZX-6R. Right now, we're gonna take it for a ride, but first, we have to do something. So I ran inside for a couple seconds and I made these decals that I'm about to put on the bike, and it's raining. All right, those ZX-6R decals are way too big. Don't make them, I think they're 1 inch tall. They should have been like 0.75. I left the key inside. And we're back, and it's still raining just a little bit, but we are out on this 09 ZX-6R with 13,616 miles on the dash. I will say, it probably only has like 10,000 miles on it because the speedometer must be 20 plus mile an hour off. It's probably like 1 down, 2 up or something like that. Either way, like, you're barely passing people that are doing the speed limit, and the speedometer says you're going like 110. So it is way off on this bike. I'm not sure why you're using your brakes when you have your own entire lane. The big question today is, did I make a huge mistake? Last night, well, I've had my Hypermotard 1100S up for sale for quite a while, and Alec, this guy on Facebook, hit me up last night, and he said, do you want to trade your 1100 for this bad boy right here? And I was like, no, I really just want cash. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, it's really hard to sell Ducatis in Wichita. There's no Ducati dealer. There's no one that works on them. I think I'm one of the only people that has the cable and the software to reset the oil light. So if you're not me, and you don't know someone else in town with the software, you have to drive to Kansas City or Texas, maybe Oklahoma City, to find a Ducati dealer just to get any amount of service. So it's a terrible place to live if you want to ride an Italian bike. There's no Aprilia, no Ducati, no MV. So good luck with service, and it's probably one of the biggest reasons why there are no Italian bikes in the city for the most part. My next thought right after that was, why don't I just trade it for that? There's plenty of Kawasaki, Yamaha, and Honda service around here. It won't be a problem for me to sell this bike. But I was asking $4,500 for the Ducati on Facebook, which was a huge mistake. I just found out that I paid $5,000 for it. So I try not to lose money on these deals, and I might have lost money this time. So hopefully I get this sold for right around $5 grand. I'm trying to sell it now for $4,750, and if I get that out of it, I'll be happy. It's not really a loss, and I had fun riding it for one day. I will say it's a pretty crazy thing to compare. This has some eBay levers that I hate. It's got a integrated tail light with the turn signals in it, all that good stuff, LED tail light. It has a gel seat, and that seat is super comfy, and it has this all-in steering stabilizer, which I'm pretty sure is aftermarket. So that's a pretty cool piece to have there. I don't know why Kawasaki would do Showa forks and an all-in stabilizer. All-ins is much better than Showa. Nissan brakes. It's a 600cc Japanese bike, and I hadn't ridden one of these in years, and it's actually kind of amazing to hop on. These things are basically like sewing machines going down the road. It's so smooth, and you get on the Ducati, and it's like, honestly, it's almost like an American bike. It shakes you to death. The thing rattles all over the place. It's got a dry clutch, although it doesn't have an open basket on the Hypermotard. Obviously, you don't want to off-road and suck stuff up in it. Anyway, that thing's a lot of fun, but it has so much torque, and the torque is everywhere. And when you get on it, you just twist the throttle, and the Ducati's like, what planet do you want to go to? And of course, when you're on these things, you can see I'm out of the green zone right now. The green zone's where all the big power is. But if I twist the throttle right now, it's like nothing happens. And then you'll hear it pick up, and then it turns into a rocket ship. And you're like, oh yeah, that's what's up, girl. Don't worry, we were only going 65. The speedometer is that far off. I am gonna miss the Hypermotard a little bit. It's one of the early bikes on the channel. You think this thing will wheelie second gear? I haven't tried. Nope. I gave it a couple whacks and it wasn't about to power it up. There's an old video about the Hyper on the channel and it still gets comments to this day, so it'll be kind of sad to see that bike go. It was definitely one of my favorites, just having a, you know, a V-twin, unlimited torque, and a supermoto with tons of horsepower that could go nearly, or well, it would easily do like 140 range. I was gonna say nearly 150. Pretty crazy out of a big fat dirt bike. But yeah, the bike was a lot of fun. I said I'd never sell it. It is gone now. And if you don't know, honestly, the first video I ever shot for the channel is I bought a Ducati 1198, what it's like. And I shot that years ago, 2 years ago, something like that, and I never released it. I still keep the footage on my laptop in a folder that's like ready to be edited. I'll probably never release it because it's 1080p, it's shot on a camera I don't like. We're gonna go have a little bit of fun. Like I said, I haven't ridden a motorcycle in a long time. I came out once this year. Amber and Zach and I and Amber's dad, we all got out one day. We grabbed a bunch of bikes out of the garage, had some fun, and that's the last time I had a bike out other than riding the Hyper around the block yesterday. I quickly find myself wishing this was 1,000 about every time I whack the throttle on it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not fast. This thing has a Shinko on the back, and if there's one thing I try not to mess around with, it's tires on bikes, and there's nothing worse than a Shinko. I get it if you want to run a hookup at the drag strip because they're $100, but it is not a good tire for anything else. The 600s are so flickable. It's nothing like 1,000 when you try to just kind of toss it into a corner. So comfortable. I rode a 600 for almost 6 years, I think, and I loved every minute of it. I never once thought I needed to upgrade to 1,000. Of course, that was a Triumph Daytona 675, and that bike is about the most perfect balance of a bike you can ever put together. I wish I had an accurate speedometer for this. I'll just have to ignore the speedometer and kind of feel where I can get into these corners. Oh, the rain is kind of coming down here. This one tricks you a little bit because you're coming downhill into a right-hand sweeper. Look where you want to go, guys. Look where you want to go. And watch out for these cars that'll cross over the center. Yeah. Going right for that center line. The gearing does this bike no favors. The gearing puts this bike so high up in the rev range that I just expect there to be another gear for me to shift into. It needs like a 7th gear with this setup. I was 1 down 2 up on my old 675 too. I really don't think you should mess with stock gearing. It's pretty much perfect for street driving / touring and all that. Of course, it puts the engine RPM right where it needs to be. There we go, let's lay into this. Oh yeah, squeeze into it. Woo! That was a fun one. I guess that's kind of what it's like to ride a 2009 Kawasaki ZX-6R. I got these decals on it. I already listed it for sale. Hopefully I don't have it for more than one more day. Uh-oh. That guy's coming for me, you know it. Oh, he waved. I guess he's not. Didn't do a U-turn. I was like, somebody called him. They heard the noise. Oh, he's flying. A couple more seconds and I would have been in trouble. All right, we're gonna go put this bike away. I just wanted to do a moto vlog for you guys because honestly, we haven't shot one in at least a year. And it's just fun sometimes to get out and ride a bike. Hopefully whoever buys this tosses a speedo healer on it or flashes the tune to one that can correct the speedometer. Other than that, it sure runs well. I am headed to get some food. So, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Let me just creep by you there. Oh, that's a cop. Don't come after me, bro. Oh, he might. Don't do it. Alright, he didn't. Ah, Miata! Ah, we got a little pop-pop. This thing does sound good. Zoop! There's one thing I never want to do again, is take a Ducati on a supercar rally. But I bet I could do it with this.